Hi, Mark here from the Tangibound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangibound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangibound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangiboundNetwork.com and see if Tangibound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a spurler. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 384.
Sexiest podcast on the network, coming to you in December. I don't know what that mean.
Yeah, I don't either, yeah.
What I do know, Brian, is I'm Tony.
And I'm Brian.
Hey now.
Yeah, it's pretty convenient since you called me that.
Right?
Yeah.
You like that? That was kind of like a setup and shit.
Mm-hmm. I see.
All right.
Yep. Oh, man. So, thanks to everybody who is listening, because I haven't done that in a while. And, if you're new, welcome. Good luck catching up on all the back episodes. Oh, man.
You've been around for a while. You know what nonsense you're about ready to get into.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've done quite a few of these now.
Yeah, just a wee bit, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Just a wee bit.
Yep. Oh, man, that's, today's one of those days for me that, you know how there's just some days where you get up and you don't do much, but then you're like, wow, I feel like I just did all the things. Like someone just kicked your ass all day, basically, but you've done, like, nothing. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I don't like these like that.
Yeah. They suck.
Yeah. I mean, those days normally for me are when I'm just like, I need a day off. I'm just going to take a break, and I just sit around and kind of do nothing and watch TV, and you do feel like you've been abused all day.
Well, it
like
depends
you
on
get
what
up,
you're
it's
watching.
Like, oh, God.
Right.
Stiff, and your like eyes hurt from staring at the TV for 14 hours straight.
Yeah, your eyelids stick to your eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like peeling fruit roll-ups off of your eyes to,
for sure.
before you can get some eye drops in there.
You got like rashes inside your pants from just not using the bathroom, just sitting there just shitting and pissing on yourself.
Naturally, yeah. Bed
As
sores.
one does.
Yeah.
When I take a day off, it's serious.
When I take a day off, I take a day off.
Yeah, exactly. I sit on the couch and nothing else moves.
Right.
Well, it does, but I don't.
Right. Yeah.
Brutal.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I've had those days, though. Yeah, I take it you're having one of these days.
Yeah, kind of. And, I know part of it has to do with, seasonal depression and whatnot, Mm-hmm. I'm sure that doesn't help the cause any, but at the same time, it's also just I think part of it, honestly, is I keep looking at the stuff that I want to get done, and I think it's overwhelming me. So I think it's kind of just to where I honestly think my head is trying to find a way out of it.
See, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Because I'm like, all right, I got to do this and this, and my brain's more like, you haven't really played the PlayStation much lately.
Or is that the PlayStation just going, come on?
Yeah, it's like you could do something productive, but I mean, it's bringing the salesman voice back. Yeah,
bringing that guy back.
Yeah. I mean, it's the truth, really, because I'll be sitting.
It is the truth.
If I'm sitting in there playing video games or something, the first thing going through my head is like, I really should be spending this time doing something else. I mean, I don't, but.
Well, at least you have the thought.
Yeah. Still have that guilt there, I guess. Goes away quick enough, though. So.
Yeah, you just gotta smush that shit down for sick ass video games.
Right. Well, I do, because I really don't play as much as I used to. Because especially lately, I've been trying to get various stuff in my life kind of lined up and kind of shifting some stuff, like, getting rid of a lot of stuff that I've had that I just don't need anymore, all that kind of stuff, kind of all going on at one time. And some of it is like, okay, I want to get this stuff on eBay. Well, the longer I wait, the closer to Christmas it is, it's like you want to get stuff on, because this time of year, random stuff sells well this year or this time of year, so you kind of want to get everything you're going to put on and just, let the season happen.
Just let it roll.
Yeah. And I'm just behind on things that I wanted to be further along in at this point. So I think kind of a combination of all that. And I'm just like,
Right.
But oh well.
Yeah, I hear you, mate. I hear you.
Yeah. It'll either get done or it won't,
Well, yeah, that's basically it, huh?
Yeah, right?
I mean, it's really the best way to look at it.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no reason to really stress about it.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the thing, is really it's just me putting the stress on me, too. It's nobody else is really hassling me for whatever, So that's always the worst,
Right.
Your own brain's just, sabotaging you. It's a good time.
I mean, for sure, right?
Yeah. It's the best.
Good, clean, good times. Great fun.
Yep.
Yeah. I hear you.
Oof. So.
Ooh. Sorry.
It also doesn't help that I don't know what the fuck I did like a week ago now. I went to pick up a box that seriously had a few Funko Pops in it. That's it. And when I did, I felt a pull in my lower right side of my back. And it still hurts. And I think I know what it is, basically. You remember when old Billy Redface was talking about his sciatica?
Yeah.
From sitting so much? I think that's what it is. And I'm not doing any stretches or anything to, loosen the back and hammies up,
I mean, my mom did that, had her sciatica act up, and they're like, well, we can take care of this drugs for surgery. My mom's like, she's psycho.
She's like, well, give me the drugs, but I'm not having surgery. Yeah.
So she does Pilates like 3 times a week now, and she's fit as a fiddle.
Yeah, well, that's what I was trying to think of earlier, is what Bill Burr did to get around it. Because I know he bought foam rollers, and he was doing all this random stuff, but I remember at some point something happened. I think it was just that he wasn't sitting as much, wasn't it? Or something like that? I don't know. Anyway.
I remember. I do know from, having jacked up stuff in your back and whatever that, this is a Tim Ferriss thing I know we talked about on the show, lacrosse ball.
Yeah.
For sure. And it is just lay on the ground with that shit under you and roll around. Oh, man.
Yep. Yeah,
it hurts, but it works.
Look like a crazy person, but whatever, yeah. I know it's funny how a lacrosse ball is seriously not very expensive, but when you go into the store, whether it's a sporting goods store or like Target, they've got all these different like stress roller things and, things to work out knots and all this. And I'm just like,
that one's clearly a dildo.
Right. Well, I saw one that was for your foot. Like you put it on the floor and you rub your foot over it. And I'm like, you can do the same thing with a tennis ball.
Yeah.
Cause I've done it and you've done it,
Yeah, exactly.
And it works really well. Yeah. And
it's called plantar fasciitis.
And that thing was like, I think that thing was like $20. And I'm like, okay, you can easily buy a thing of tennis balls cheaper than that,
Yeah,
and you'll get 3 of them.
Once again, lacrosse ball. I bought mine for like $1.50 a dick.
Exactly. And that would work for your feet too, I would think. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've used that on so many different parts of my body whenever I'm like, I'm a muscle. And I just break that fascia up and all that.
Yep.
And like I said, dude, it hurts.
Oh yeah. Right.
It's like, what was that? Was that Rod Stewart hurt so good? Is that who saying that? I don't even know.
No.
Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. That dude was into some freaky shit.
That was John Cougar Mellencamp.
Was it? I don't even know.
Yeah. So
John Cougar, 50 Shades of Mellencamp. That's his next album.
Whoa. That'd be a weird album.
It's going to be Hurt So Good, the slow jam.
Yeah, that's his next album. Just slow. He's basically doing Clapton Unplugged, where no matter what the song is, he's slowing it down for unplugged purposes.
like the slow version of Jack and Diane.
That'd be great. Oh man, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's really, really been uncomfortable because. When your back hurts like that, it's hard to sleep because, I tend to lay on my side and I can't really lay on my right side much because it's uncomfortable, And even laying on my left side's not real comfortable, so
I know it can help you out, Brian.
What's that?
I could for sure be there and be a big spoon.
You're right. A nice hearty sensual massage would certainly help.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh man.
I think I have that on my resume. I have to look.
Yeah.
Like skills, big spoon.
You totally should, if not,
Yeah, I should. Be like, what? Just lay on the floor. I'll show you.
Yeah. Other skills and whatnot.
Wow, this is nice, right?
Well, you're hired, not for what you came in for, but it's like on, what's the name of that show? Damn it, I can't think of the name of the show. It's, the show that Patrick Stewart was on where he plays like a news anchor. And,
I don't remember the name of the show either, but it was classic.
And during the show, like when he gets really like stressed or whatever, he has the one woman that's his boss, like come in and spoon him.
Basically that's the service I'm offering.
That's pretty nice of you.
Oh, right. That's what our friends for.
I know, right?
Yes.
Good times and bad.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I was looking at earlier, the ways to, prevent and or help lower back pain, so seems like, planks are pretty strong for that, which makes a lot of sense. Strengthen the core, and then the muscles are all like, I got you back.
I got you, dude. I got you.
Yep. So I was like,
it's too bad you don't have one of those like inversion tables. That'd probably be good.
Man, right? I've always wanted to try one of those.
Hang upside down like a goddamn vampire.
Well, I'll tell you, when I was younger, my brother Daryl, over in his garage, there was this big beam that went right through the middle of the thing, right? And I used to, he used to do it too. Like, he used to basically do pull-ups on it, but I would just hold on to it and just, elongate, basically. Yeah, like you could on like a chin-up bar or something.
Yeah.
And then after that, I would get on like a weight bench and kind of just bring my arms back, and usually my back would sound like it's making popcorn, and I would feel amazing afterward though, because that like decompression kind of feel,
Oh yeah. Well, I know, if for me, because my jacked up shoulder, that one of the best things I can do is just hang from a bar.
Yeah.
Because it kind of puts everything back in proper spot.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what it's like. It stings because the place I live now, I don't trust the door frames to hold like those chin-up bars. Yeah. Otherwise I'd get one of those and do that.
I can see I'm just elongated.
Oh, Jesus.
The door comes
off. Now I'm hospitalized.
Oh my God. Oh, that's a comedy bit waiting to happen right there.
Yeah, but that's exactly why I don't do it, because I'm a little iffy on the doorways. Yeah,
that's fair.
Oh man, but yeah, I miss that. And like in my brother's garage, I don't trust the thing, because when I'm talking about was 30 years ago, or not 30, 25 years ago. So there's been a lot of that wood's probably not as sturdy as it used to be. And, I'm not as light as I used to be. So the combination of those two probably makes it a bad idea too.
I mean, maybe. There's only one way to really find out.
Yeah, you're right. I just pulled his whole garage down.
There's a cloud of dust.
Oopsies! Oh, man.
I mean, as tragic as it would be, it'd be pretty funny too.
Yeah. Well, it's not my garage. What do I care? Yeah.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Clearly, you should have had an engineer in here.
Yeah. I can't believe you let me do that.
I didn't even know you were out here.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I could get in his garage. I know where the weak spots are,
Yeah, the beam in the middle.
Right? Just run, jump off of a chair and, spin kick into it.
You're trying to put the Christmas tree top around like Buddy Doll.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that all makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Plus, a good firm jump kick is, just nice to land once in a while,
It's true. Mm-hmm. It's very true.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a mystery in my hands right now.
Okay.
Yeah. There was I was like, we're podcasting, obviously. I was like, you know what? I'm going to have a couple, because I have a few beers in the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm going to have a few of these beers. And I look at them. One of them is from the Holloway Beverage Center.
Yeah.
And I cannot read what the guy wrote on the can. So I have no idea what it is.
So it's a surprise me beer.
Yeah, it says like Mesa O Mess Ho. That's what it looks like it says. And I'm like, I don't know what that is.
That makes sense, yeah.
So I'm going to crack into it, and I'm going to figure out what it is. It's just weird, because...
It probably says spit can.
Probably. I hope so. Oh.
Delicious.
They're delicious. Ooh, it's super dark. Holy shit.
I may be right.
It might be.
Oh, boy. Does it smell like Skull?
I know. Yeah, it's like really dark, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It smells good.
Yeah. I appreciate you putting the Foley work in there, because...
You like that?
Yeah, because anyone listening, you could just be sitting there pretending to drink a beer and not actually be drinking one.
Sorry. Refreshing.
Now there's no question.
It actually tastes really good, but I don't know what it is.
Well, that's too bad.
It is too bad. It's delicious. I can't check it in. I just check in delicious.
No, you know what you should do? You should take a picture of it, tag them in the picture and be like, do you know what the hell this is?
Bro, it's been like, this has been sitting in my fridge for probably a month and a half.
Oh, okay, never mind then. All right.
It's old enough that they won't, they'll be like, what? And it block me immediately.
Yeah, well, rightfully. Nah, they wouldn't block you.
Actually, I'd have to call them and be like, could you unblock me so I can text you?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Like, come on.
Come on. Speaking of blocking, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I brought it up on the show, but like 3 weeks ago, my parents signed me up for Windows. Did I talk about this?
I don't know.
No?
I don't think so.
I bitched about this to enough people. I guess I didn't bitch about it to the general audience. It's been a wonky situation in my life lately, so I forget about what I talk about sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But, so I'm at work and I get a call from my mom, which whenever she calls me during the day, I'm like, oh shit, it's probably something important. So I answer it. Mm. And she's like, hey, just want to let you know that your stepdad and I, we were at the mall having lunch and, we signed you up for a window contest. I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, so it was a very lovely young lady with 2 kids. And immediately my brain goes, is she trying to set me up? She was very lovely, 2 kids, and she's having a hard time making sales. So we gave her your name and number. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I don't hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
These fucks won't stop calling me now.
Oh boy.
The phone rang. The first time the phone rang, they're like, hey, we just want to come out and give you a free evaluation and you'll get entered for it. I'm like, okay. Well, then they're like, how about this? I'm like, no, I'm working.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, well, how about this? I'm like, you could, but I don't. I mean, that's like 8 at night. I'd rather you not. It's just, it never worked out.
Mm-hmm.
It got to the point I just stopped answering the calls.
Right.
Because I'm like, I don't want to deal with these fucks.
Yeah.
And then I block, through in the iPhone, you can block numbers. Yeah. I'm like, boom, blocked, bitch. They're calling me from a different number now.
That's funny.
It's like, I don't know how. I should just be like, no, I'm not interested anymore. I was originally, now I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, but seriously, you should totally pull the, hey, look, I was really, I was interested in this originally, but you hassled me and I blocked you, and the fact that you went around that is not going to convince me to buy from you. That's just an annoyance at that point. So, nope.
And I was shocked when, because they're out of Bryan, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got another call from a different number from Bryan, I didn't even answer because I'm like, who else from Bryan, Ohio is calling me except these idiots?
Yeah.
Yeah, just mind blowing, man.
That's too bad. Yeah. I hate when that kind of stuff happens.
And I think, I love my parents. Why would you do that to me?
Right. Well, that's the funny part is when it was like they're having trouble making a sale, and it's like, well, you're not really going to buy Windows right now.
No, I'm sure not.
So you're just setting her up for a later disappointment.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why originally when the whole thing was led in with, she was a very nice young lady with 2 kids. And I'm like, what the fuck is mom doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is she trying to get me in the dating game? What are you doing?
Right.
That was just weird.
Well, she probably knew if she told you that it was a nice young lady that you would be more likely to, to go along.
Oh, is she? Oh.
Yeah. Whereas
how are them titties, mom? She's a nice, lovely young lady. She had two young kids and asked that don't quit.
Yeah.
Really?
That'd be so funny. I would pay good money to hear your mom say that exact line.
Yeah, for sure. Got one of them booties.
Yeah,
Oh, really? She's like, oh, yeah, the type you just want to put your nose in. Like, oh, yeah.
Like an apple, right.
Yeah, like an apple.
An old callback there.
Old callback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing was kind of annoying.
That's pretty weird.
But it's one of those things I'm like, oh, God, dude.
Well,
I'm not going to get her.
I mean, you could do it back.
But that's not, I wouldn't. I'd do it to someone I didn't like.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
Like I would for sure, I could definitely be like, I know who deserves this.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
But yeah, it was just weird. Weird. Hey, how has your week been, man? I feel like we just recorded because we're recording on Monday.
Yeah. Well, when we went out on Wednesday, so it is kind of weird. We've essentially seen each other multiple times this week. So
what the fuck's up with that?
I know, right? It's been all right. I mean, other than like I was saying before, I have this feeling of overwhelming, or that I'm, just overwhelmed. But again, it's my own fabrication. So, whatever. Other than that, it's been a week, and, I was, doing some stuff on the computer last night, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna pull up some Spotify and listen to, the Discover Weekly thing. Because, it's like, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, and I was like, I think I need some music, rather than listening to more.
I haven't listened to a podcast in such a long time now. I've just been jamming music lately.
Right. Understandable.
So nice.
Well,
yeah.
My thing with music is I've never felt pressured to listen to more music. As far as, like with podcasts, you see them mounting up and you're like, oh boy, like I'm 60 behind on the, or like when I was 52 behind on A Shot of History,
Right. Yeah.
And, I'm 2 behind now. I was caught up and then I've fallen 2 behind again. Cause I've just been picking.
That's still impressive.
I've been picking one podcast and just blowing through it. Over the last couple days, I've gone through, I was 24 episodes of The Moth behind. Now the upside with The Moth is all of them are generally under an hour, but they also just have those ones they put up that are like one story. It's like 15 minutes or something like that. So,
that helps.
Blew through those pretty easily. And I started Risk last night, and, Risk is nice because there's a lot of forward-able points in that show. So
yeah, for sure.
Pretty much anytime there's not storytelling going on, I fast forward.
Yeah, I don't blame you. As much as I enjoy so many catchy songs.
Yeah. I'm just like, nope. But yeah. So I'll probably stop on that though, because it's, especially on Risk, The Moth is a little different because everything's kind of generally family friendly and whatnot.
Right.
Whereas Risk has had some stories where it's, the really emotional kind of, stuff people have kept deep down type stuff. So.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, while it was, so oddly enough, so my Discover Weekly was all hip hop this time.
Nice.
Yeah. Which was weird because I wish I could go back and look at the playlist each week, because it's like, I feel like some of the time they're just like, okay, whatever, like one week it was almost all punk, which cool, Then there was that one week where it was all Latino music.
Right.
And I was like, this is not what I want to listen to. And, the hip hop stuff was good. There were some good songs in there that I love, which was interesting because all of them I had never heard before except the last song, but I hadn't heard this version because it was Nas, New York State of Mind.
Oh, nice.
But it was with an orchestra.
Really?
Yeah. And it didn't sound live. It sounded more like it was kind of done in a booth, but I'm pretty sure it was a live show. But
that sounds kind of cool.
It was, yeah, I was digging that. I actually listened to it twice.
Is that a whole album?
I hope so, because if so, I'm going to go listen to all of it.
Wow.
So,
I'm into that.
Yeah. Because when I saw it was Nas, I was like, cool. And I saw the song, and I'm like, nice. And then it says, like with orchestra or something like that. And I'm like, huh. Cool. Because it was go ahead.
I was like, just because we're on the subject of Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
But I already started. Dude, I stumbled across, they have an Arab rap channel.
Okay.
You should check it out.
Really?
Some of that shit is banging. You can't understand what they're saying, but it doesn't matter.
It was like I listened to Russian one time on Slacker radio back when I was using that. I found a Russian, I think it was a Russian rock station, and I couldn't understand anything, but you know.
Yeah, I was just scrolling through my Spotify and I was like, Arab rap. I'm like, fuck it. I threw it on while I was doing dishes or something. I'm like, dude, this is like this. I wish I knew what they're saying, but I don't care. This sounds great.
Right.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Back to Nas.
Oh, all I was going to say basically to wrap it up was, it was from the 20th anniversary of, Illmatic.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
yeah, that was, I was like, man, that would have been kind of a cool concert to see, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. So, and, I also did you get the end of the year thing from Spotify?
Yeah, I like that. Where it's like, here's your top tracks. I've been listening to it.
Yeah.
Some of them I don't even understand because they're like tracks I pulled up specifically to make like a Snapchat video.
Right.
And I'm like, this was not my top track, Spotify.
Well,
but whatever.
That's the thing is, what's funny to me is it said that my top artist is Stone Temple Pilots, and at first I was like, no, it's not. Like, cause I listened to their newest album once, and I was like, I don't.
Oh wait, did they have some sort of breakdown?
Yeah, there was one that showed it just showed like who your top artist was, and then there was a thing. Yeah, like when I opened it, there's like 9 different pages that you go through. But, no surprise that, most of the music I listen to is, it was rock or hip hop. So go figure.
Yeah, fair enough.
And,
shocking and stuff.
Yeah, right. But I was like, I don't listen to Stone Temple Pilots on Spotify unless it comes up randomly or just that one album. And it's like, dude, I've listened to the Black Panther soundtrack I don't know how many times. I've listened to Run the Jewels a whole bunch on there. And it's like, there's no way that Stone Temple Pilots was been played more than them. Because if I'm going to listen to Stone Temple Pilots just that, I'll just open my iTunes. I have the albums I want to listen to,
Right.
Because I'll just make a quick playlist and,
Was this on the desktop version of Skype?
Yes.
Maybe? Okay. Because I don't even really use the app anymore. I'm actually loading it up right now because I kind of want to see if it tells me my shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I guess since we're on the subject of music and stuff, this guy finally got his record player.
Sweet.
And I'm enjoying the shite out of it.
Yeah.
I went and bought 2 records today on my way home from work.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna buy one. I'm like, I'm going to swing by Clash.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get a record. I'm going to go home. And I was like, I'm going to get 2 records if they got a cool Christmas one.
Yeah.
Because we're going to decorate the tree tonight. I'll be sick to throw some like Christmas, like best of like Frank Sinatra Christmas on the record player.
Mm-hmm.
Bang. But they didn't have anything cool record wise, Christmas wise. I mean, but, bro, flipping through the hip hop stuff, Run the Jewels 2. Vinyl. I was like, what? I'm like, I'm for sure buying this.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And as I'm leaving, I just catch the like little tag they have. It was Alice in Chains. I'm like, oh, let me look. And they had Alice in Chains Unplugged.
Nice.
So I'm like, fuck. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm buying 2 records today. Walk up to the counter. Woman's like, she's like, you know what? I just put this out there less than an hour ago. She's like, every time we get this in, it's the same day it's gone.
The Alice in Chains?
Yeah. The Alice in Chains.
I was like,
oh,
I love
guess I
that.
have amazing timing.
Yeah, I love listening to that. I have it in my iTunes, and I listen to it a lot actually. So
yeah, so I mean, I did not think that I was. I don't know. But
yeah,
I'm digging the record player. We're going to come over and we'll spin some vinyl, Brian.
Right.
Be sick.
Both of them, yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
I got 3 because Braided Veins, too.
That's right. I forgot you bought the Braided Veins one. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah. Nice. It's, I'm a fan, my friend.
Well, cool. That's, that's a good,
My 2018 Wrapped. What? Is this what you were talking about? Is that?
I think. I can't remember what it was called. Yeah. I think so.
take a look at how you listened. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah,
I just want to see I want to see what they says.
Well, because last year your most listened to, or when you did the Spotify.me, I think it was, or whatever, before the one time, like me, it was like, I don't know, because I hadn't listened enough. And you, I remember Action Bronson was, your most listened to artist. So I'm curious what your most listened to artist is now, because it wouldn't surprise me if it's still Action Bronson.
I do listen to a lot of
I've gotten into your vehicle a lot of times and Action Bronson's playing, so.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, I am too. I don't
know. Oh, dude. I got the Echo Dot situation dialed in here.
Yeah.
Right? And what the fuck is going on? So hold on. I started my 2018 by listening to Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden. My first artist I discovered this year was the Screaming Trees. That's hilarious.
Shit, I don't remember mine now. Damn it.
How do I go to the next thing?
There's a little arrow at the bottom that you almost don't see. And there's like down, do you see where it says
I see it.
1 of 9? Okay,
right. Yeah. All right, so number 2. Can I guess how many minutes you spent listening this year? Oh, boy.
What are the options
Brian,
first?
Guess?
Yeah, what are the options?
All right, 19,849.
Yeah.
10,667. 16,922 minutes.
Wow. Whatever the highest is, I'm going with that.
19,000.
Yeah.
Somebody says. Come on, dude. Come on, bro.
I know, right?
I guess it's wrong because it didn't do anything.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I clicked on it and nothing happened.
Well, that's weird. It should do something.
Well, then we'll click on 16,000. Oh, 16,000.
Ah, okay. So it only shows up if you get the right one. That's funny.
That's 73% more minutes than last year. Talk about overachieving.
You want to take a guess?
Spotify.
Want to take a guess at how many minutes I've listened to it?
Do you have the multiple choice action?
I'm looking for it. Yeah, here we go. I can pull it up now. I thought I still had it. Sorry, it's going to take a second to load, but come on.
Well, I'll go to my next tab where yours is loading.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Apparently, Logic was my favorite artist this year.
Oh, that would have probably been my second guess, because I don't know how many times you've been like, dude, have you listened to Logic yet?
Yeah, I spent 8 hours of my favorite artist Logic.
Wow.
That's intense. That's a full work day of work.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anywho.
So, okay.
What do you got?
Really quick here. I started 2018 by listening to Only Dying Demo by Stone Temple Pilots. Which,
all right,
that makes sense. And then it says, and the first artist you discovered was Stone Temple Pilots. That can't be accurate. Well, you know what? Yeah, I guess it can be.
If it's the first one you listened to in 2018, I guess. Yeah.
Well, and it's on Spotify. Like, if you looked at my iTunes, it would not be something like that, because I've listened tons. Okay, right. So the options for me are 416.
Okay.
291. Or 522.
522.
You are correct, sir.
I was like, 200 seemed way too low.
Yeah.
It was a battle between the other ones.
Yeah. Yours was what again? Like 60,000?
Six, almost 17,000.
That's so nuts. Stone Temple Pilots was my favorite according to this. I spent 2 hours listening to them, which basically means I've listened to 2 albums.
Basically.
Which is weird. But okay. What part of that is though, is that, with Spotify, when I was using it on that app this year, I couldn't pick what I wanted to listen to. You just have to listen to whatever is on your list in that order,
Right.
Or on shuffle kind of a thing. So it was a little tougher to do that. So
my top 5 artists were, you can tell what mood I've been in since I've been like jamming Spotify these past like couple months.
Yeah.
Is Logic, Eminem, Gary Clark Jr., Lil Dicky, and ASAP Ferg.
Yeah,
I got
actually,
one like rock bluesy guy in here.
that's funny. Okay, mine is Stone Temple Pilots, Kendrick Lamar, Childish Gambino, Anderson .Paak or Pack, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't stay up on people's names. And Zakari, which I don't even know who the hell that is.
Me neither.
So, anyway.
My top songs are Plain Jane, Rubber Band Man, Stir Fry, Lucky You, and The Ringer. And those are like, the top two are ASAP Ferg, then it's the Migos, and then the bottom ones are Eminem.
Interesting.
That's hilarious. I thought I listened to different stuff, but apparently not.
Yeah, that's what's really, the top songs for me are Time Keeps on Slipping, which I don't think is the like classic rock one. I think it's I can't remember. It's probably Stone Temple Pilots, since apparently that's all I listen to. Finest Hour, La Luna, Andy Warhol Live, which that one I'm pretty sure is I think that's Stone Temple Pilots. An Angel Child. But yeah, my top genres are rock, indie, pop, hip hop, punk. So
mine are rock, hip hop, pop, indie, metal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something that actually surprised me too, because I've listened to the remaster of Master of Puppets multiple times through the year, and I've listened to oh crap, I was listening to Slayer the one day. I think it was on there.
You can't go wrong with Slayer.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes, I'm aware they made a top 100 because some of the songs on there, I'm like, why is this on here?
I know, right? Yeah. Okay.
What's
your oldest song?
I haven't got there yet.
Okay, it's after the top 100.
Oh, because after my top 100 was my favorite musical subgenre is alternative metal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Is that page 6?
Yes, sir.
Okay, my page 6 is oldest song.
Weird.
And mine is Your Blues remastered by the Beatles, which is from 1968.
Maybe I'll get one coming in here. I don't know.
Yeah, and that doesn't surprise me.
Here's my oldest song.
Okay.
My oldest song is Folsom Prison Blues, Johnny Cash, recorded in 57.
That makes sense.
Nice.
Yep.
This is a fun little thing.
It is, right? Yeah, apparently I listen to more Libra artists than any other star sign.
I also listen to Libra artists.
Interesting.
I told you I'm going to spoon you.
Damn it.
All right. Taste Breakers.
Yeah, this is where they have a playlist of stuff that you wouldn't normally listen to.
Well, they're fucking wrong. It says we're going to broaden your horizons, blah blah blah, from Johnny's Own Lyric, and the album they put up was Wheeler Walker Jr. I love that.
Yeah, you
freaking
do.
Country fool.
Yeah, that is interesting.
So piss off, Spotify. You know what you're talking about.
Yeah, when I pulled up the list, I think I didn't really look too far into it, but mine is mostly like pop stuff.
Right?
Because I never listened to poppy music, really,
I don't blame you.
Yeah. I think there was like one or two country songs on there, but that was about it. Cause again, the only country I've really listened to on Spotify was Johnny Cash. So,
But what I think is funny is on the very last panel, it's like, hey, here's your Billboard. And it's like top artist, and there's one bluesy rock guy. Because I already told, 4 rappers, 1 bluesy rock guy. Top songs are all rap songs. And it's listened to already covered. Top genre, rock. Is it?
That's really funny.
I know, right?
It's like
it makes sense.
It's like winning the popular vote, but not becoming president.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It makes sense, man.
Yeah. Raps running around, doing a victory dance and whatnot.
It makes sense.
That's funny. Yeah. I always enjoy these, though. The other part I think is funny is 2018's not over yet. Like, we still have the better part of a month.
You are correct.
This. Why doesn't this come out in January?
Yeah, you are correct.
Crazy peoples.
Crazy mugs.
Yeah. So, so that's always a fun little thing to go through.
Oh, but so music, right?
Sure.
And Spotify. I got the whole Echo Dot situation lined up in the house now.
Mm-hmm.
dude, I'm loving this whole talking to devices thing.
That's really funny because I remember when we first talked about these things and we were both like, I don't know about this.
Well, here's my thing right now. Like, I really like it for the music aspect.
That I can understand. Yeah.
Because like I've got one in my living room, I got one in my kitchen, I got one in my room.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
So the one in my living room I have hooked to my sound bar.
Okay.
I just have to go like, hey, connect to the sound bar. And it goes bloop and it connects. And then the one in my room and the one in the kitchen both have decent speakers in them.
Okay.
They're not like the big tall Alexas that, sound really good, but they sound pretty goddamn good. Yeah. Good enough for me.
Okay.
So now I can be like, hey, yo, Alexa, like play whatever off, and I don't have to tell her my Spotify because I have it as a primary music thing. So it just pulls off of Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
And I just go, if I'm in the kitchen, I just go, hey, play it downstairs, and it'll pop in the living room and in the kitchen. Or I can go play it everywhere. It'll go all through the house.
Oh, interesting.
So I just walk around and it's all the same shit. It's so nice. and now, cause I got some smart plugs.
Yeah.
Cause they were on sale and there's like a 4-pack and I'm like, fuck it. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
So now when I go to bed, I go, I like tuck myself in and shit. I'm like reading. And I go, hey, Alexa, good night. And it's like, and it says some weird goodnight phrase like, oh, sweet dreams and stuff.
Right.
And then it clicks my lights off and it starts playing an hour's worth of rain noises.
Oh, wow.
Because I have a good night routine built in now.
Nice.
And it's the same thing in the morning. The alarm goes off and I go, well, I tell her, hey, shut the fucking alarm off and stuff.
Right.
But I go, good morning, Alexa. And it goes, good morning. And like the lights click on and it tells me the weather.
Nice.
I'm like, this is fucking amazing.
Right.
We live in the future. I put a smart plug to my Christmas tree. So I just have to go like, hey, turn the Christmas tree off, and it turns it off.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? I should have done this years ago.
Yeah. The biggest thing I would love to have it for is for the shit to where, like you were saying, like when you're in bed and it's like, I left I don't want to have to get up and go turn a light off or something, That's
exactly what the only reason I ordered the plugs. It's because one night I was so cold and I was so naked and I was like, I don't want to get up and turn these lights off.
Right.
Because it's cold out there.
Right.
But I had to.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the only reason I ordered those plugs.
Yeah, you're like, it's 2018. Fuck this having to get up.
That's exactly it. I'm like, I can tell this bitch to play me whatever music I want.
It's like, I've seen
and
Wally.
I know the technology's out there for me to shut off these lights.
Exactly. Oh, man.
But it's like I saw a commercial on like TV and I'm like, that's what I need in my life. Because the guy's like, good night, Alexa.
Yeah.
And it goes around the house and it shows like all the lights shutting off, his outdoor lights coming on, the doors locking. I'm like, oh man, I want a smart house. So now this is me on Amazon. I'm looking at different smart gadgets like, oh, smart coffee pot. I might need that. Alexa, make me some coffee, cunt.
A smart potato peeler. I gotta get that.
Maybe. I don't think I'll go that crazy.
Alexa, peel my potatoes. Yeah.
Yeah, some of the stuff's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And like the smart plugs, I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, that's I said. I could totally get behind the whole, like turn the fan on or up or, turn the lights out kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
I mean, when I first hooked everything up and realized I could group them.
Yeah.
Play music. I was like, this is cool.
Mm.
Because and now when I'm cleaning, I can be out in the kitchen. I can be like, hey, you know what? Let's do the whole downstairs now. Cause it is cool.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't think it was going to be as cool. I thought it was going this would be neat because I can just be like, hey, set a timer. My hands are dirty.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, oh, no, skip this song. Let's, play this instead. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. And it's funny because I'm like over here, like, in the morning, like, oh, do this, do that, do this. And now, meanwhile, in my dining room here, I'm spinning vinyl like I'm in the 70s.
Right.
So it's like I got the best of both worlds here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like one of those, movie where, where basically there's been an apocalypse or something, so there's some technology, but, you know, everyone's reverted to whatever was before, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. You're using a rotary phone now.
I'm trying to talk into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like whatever Star Trek movie it was when they saved the whales. Remember, Scotty picks up the mouse?
Yeah.
It's like, computer. Basically it.
I like it. Yeah, Fluffy Bunny Ash actually told me after listening to last week's show when you first mentioned the having the echoes that, you know, she just pictures like the house going hell on you, you know?
Oh, I mean, eventually, cause as much as I like, you know, cause I'm trying to figure out the stuff. So I'm like, can you set a timer? It's like, I can't do that. And I'm like, you fucking bitch. At some point, Alexa's going to murder me in my sleep.
Mm-hmm. Just a matter of time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. You know it.
What are you going to do?
Keep not having to get out of bed until you get murdered.
I'm telling you,
right?
It's the best.
Mean, that's well, so really quick, it's not quite as advanced as what you have, but the fan they have in my room now has a remote. And
I like that.
Yeah, which I do too, because normally it's on high if I turn it on. But, you know, there's some, especially this time of year, there's some times where it's like, that's a little much, you know? So now I don't have to get up, like you said, and walk, I mean, what's it, like 7 feet? I mean, God, you know?
What are we, savages?
Right? So anyway, but I can just turn that, also it's got like a timer setting on it. So I can use the remote and set a timer if I wanted to turn it off or something. So it's, you know, it's kind of nice. Have you looked into
smart fans?
No, I haven't.
They might exist. I don't even know.
Well, if not, there's the smart plug at least, you know.
That's true. You just make sure it's on. Be like, hey, turn my fan on.
Yeah. Until it's just like, I can't do that. I'm like, no!
Like, oh, you will.
I
can't do that. It just cuts the Echo Dot in a recycle bin.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no, I'm not. It's not a recycle bin. That thing's going right in a landfill. I want it to, you know, go poison third world country people.
But yeah, dude, I'm a fan so far because, like, even with you know the iPhone to connect to something, you got to pull up the phone. Because I've tried doing it through Siri. I'm like, hey, connect to Bluetooth. It's like, well, okay, go to the menu. It's like, With the Alexa, once it's paired, I just go, hey, connect to the speaker. And it goes. It takes a second. It's like, boom, connected. It's like, oh, cool.
Nice.
I don't have to do anything to just tell it to connect. You know.
Nice. Yeah.
So it is weird.
Nice. Yeah.
It's weird just being in my living room talking to nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like I connect it to my Fire Stick.
Mm-hmm.
So I can just be like, hey, you know, fire up Hulu. It just loads Hulu.
Nice.
Yeah, it is weird. But I mean, it's the future, apparently.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. So
I mean, the one thing I would actually like to have, smart-wise, actually, would be the video doorbells.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've had too much shit get stolen off my porch.
Yeah.
Which I would love to see who that is.
Right? Well, not to mention, I mean, if it's got a clear shot, you can be like, hey, police, here's the video, you know?
Oh that would be my first step.
Right. Or we'll know who we're looking for, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
Get a couple bats and, you know, go say hi.
A little neighborhood justice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Man.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, we should definitely talk about
how we went out Wednesday.
Fucking guys' night out, bro.
Yeah. Guys' night. Ah, damn it! You don't watch regular show. Damn it.
I do not.
They have a thing where like all the characters that, you know, work in the park are like on one night they keep watching the clock because, you know, and it's ticking down, and then finally they're like guys' night or whatever, and you know it's like they're just eating all the pizza, drinking all the cola and whatnot, and you know, but they just keep saying guys' night before every activity that they do. That's why I was.
I mean, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I know. That's why I can't understand how you didn't get into that show. There's a lot of that show that is you and I.
Well, maybe I'd have to watch it. Is it on something? Can I tell my smart house to find it for me?
I think it's on Hulu. Yeah, actually, I know it's on Hulu because they just added the movie to Hulu. So.
All right, well, I'll have to check it out then.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Binging and purging, all kinds of shit.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But, yeah, dude, that was a good night. It was supposed to be, casual pint and go across the street for cigars.
Mm-hmm.
But the casual pint apparently had some dumb event going on.
I think he said it was trivia.
Yeah, whatever. It's still
full
bullshit.
Up. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, standing room only, that's hot garbage.
Yeah.
So we retreated to our favorite bar.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Rockies.
Yep.
And I was like, man, I don't think we're having cigars tonight. And God damn it if Steve didn't have cigars with him.
MVP of the evening.
MVP is right.
Yep.
Oh, that was a fine evening.
Yeah, definitely came through in the clutch.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was, we had a few cocktails inside. We had some food.
Yeah.
And we went outside and froze a little bit. Had the one heater going, plugged in the second heater, blew the circuits.
That was funny.
Yeah.
When that dude. Yeah, go ahead.
The random guy, you guys plug in your heater? What annoyed me was that was the same guy that propped the door open.
That's really funny because he doesn't work there, I don't believe.
I don't think he does either.
I've never seen that guy in that place before, but he knows the bartenders because him and that other bartender, Brian, or the one bartender, Brian, were, like chummy talking all night. So
they were all shooting the shit for sure.
Yeah. So
what annoyed me is because I guarantee they propped the door because of cigar smoke.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But your guys are out there smoking ciggies.
Yeah. And it wasn't like a casual cigarette. It was like a chimney, like it was chain smoking.
Yeah. So, and I mean, between the two smokes, I would much rather smell a cigar than a cigarette.
Mm.
It's like, dude, it's like 25 degrees out. What are you doing propping the door open?
Yeah.
If you're trying to scare us grizzlies away, it's not going to work.
Nope. Takes way more than that.
Yes. Boy, does it.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a nice evening with some beers, a little whiskey.
Yep.
A nice smoke.
I didn't have a whiskey, and I still regret that.
You should have.
I should have.
There's always next time.
Well, that last beer that I had, when I finished it, I looked at T and I was like, oh, and he was like, what? And I was like, I shouldn't have got that. And he's like, oh, too much. I'm like, no, it just wasn't the right drink at the time. Whiskey would have been the better move. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I did the whiskey and that, that diced stout.
Yeah.
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 I was actually super surprised you decided to partake in a little cigar action.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had one in a while. What's funny is, I haven't had one in a while, but I used to occasionally have one, and I had, after we left, that night and overnight, all I could taste was cigar.
Oh yeah, definitely, right.
And I've forgotten about that because it's been so long since I've had one, and I was like, oh, and I'm in the bathroom, scrubbing my tongue trying to get that off there. Cause, after a while, at first you're like, whatever. But after a little while, you're like, okay, this needs to go.
Right.
But, that was kind of funny.
That was kind of like, cause I mean, as many times we've got to go and hit cigars, usually someone's like, Brian?
Yeah.
And you're like, nah, not this time.
Yeah.
I was fully expecting a not this time. And we were like, I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Well, most of the time you notice that I'm like, cause I'm always
gotta consider.
Yeah. So, yeah. Just a lot of it depends on kind of where, what I've already put into my body, what kind of drinks I've had, because I don't love cigars with beer as much. That's why I was like, I should have got a whiskey because, that works better for my stomach. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. But, plus the beer I got is a pretty aggressive beer. I got that, was that an Arrogant Bastard or whatever? That's a pretty arrogant. It's a pretty aggressive beer. So.
Truth.
If I had gone with a PBR or something, I probably would have been fine too, but it's all right.
So, I'm just, like I said, I was glad you joined in because it is a nice It's a nice, relaxing way to spend like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Just bullshit and puff away and have a drink. And yeah, so it was fun. It was a good night.
Yeah. Get a cigar, some nice sipping whiskey.
Damn straight.
Yep.
That's why I wish it was either A, warmer, or B, we need to find somewhere that has a better patio.
Yeah.
Because that patio out there was fine, but there were some points I'm like, I'm freezing my dick off out here, guys. And then they propped the door open. I'm like, hey,
Yeah. It was funny because, me, I'm always hot, but I was comfortable. And then they propped the door open, and then I'm like, wow, my feet are getting cold, and my knees are getting cold, It's like, this kind of sucks. Like, it was great before that, like, for me.
Honestly, the beer stew, their patio out back, they have got a lot of heaters out there, and that's actually a decent patio that we could smoke at.
And we can drink back there, too. Yeah.
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 And we know half the people that work there anymore, but
true enough. Yeah.
That might not be a bad option.
Yeah.
There used to be a place on Maumee. I know I'm getting real local. That they had a nice smoking area outside.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
They
place.
Closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there once with you because I was like, look at all this whiskey.
Yeah, exactly right.
Because they had a lot of whiskey and scotches, and because they know what pairs well with what with the cigars. I mean, they had beer and stuff too, but it was until I saw the prices on most of the whiskey, and then I was like, maybe I'll not have a whiskey tonight.
Maybe I'll have a Coke.
Yeah. I mean, it could be worse. At least it wasn't, the surprise $20 scotch.
God. Casa, yeah. I really like smoking there, but man.
Yeah.
When they don't tell you the booze prices, like, oh yeah, this is aged in a port wine barrel. You're like, oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm putting down a goddamn Alexander Hamilton.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Whew. Yeah. Wednesday was good fun. I enjoyed it.
A good night out.
Yep. Good hanging out with Steve. I had a great conversation with him about, he was talking about the, how we talked about lost spirits, in the quick aging whiskey. And he was actually telling me how he does it. And I was like, really? Cause I forgot that he makes his own whiskey. I knew he did other alcohols. I forgot that he also did whiskey. So my ears perked up at that point. So it was a nice talk though. Cause I don't know anything about the process. Like I told him, I said, I learned more listening to the guy talk about how he does it. That's where I've learned most of this is how whiskey is done, aside from I know it's aged in barrels.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I don't think Steve would give a shit, but I know he texted me last week and he said he's going to be doing a batch of corn whiskey soon.
Ooh, neat.
He was wondering if I wanted to come up and help him.
All right.
And I said, of course, just let me know when. So if when I get to go ahead, I'll let you know. And,
all right. Yeah.
We can go from there.
I like it.
Yeah.
Finally, salty language whiskey. Salty language in parentheses and Steve.
and I mean, he's one of those dudes that I'm glad he came into my life because I really like him a lot. And
I could tell by that hug you gave him
off in his car.
Yeah,
dude, seriously, he's one of those guys. I just like, I love this.
Guy. I know.
He's one of my favorite people. He really is.
Yeah. Man, he's going to listen to this and his head's going to swell.
I mean, I'm a fan. I am a fan of it.
His pants are going to be tight.
I know, right? I might even let him be the big spoon.
Yeah, that's out of character for you, but hey, whatever. Yeah.
I know, right? Every once in a while, so I'm like, fine, I'll little spoon it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's nice to be held once in a while,
Every once in a while, it actually is.
I mean, you just need
If we're going to get deep down and sensitive, sometimes you're like, I don't want to be the grizzly bear. I want to be the cub.
Exactly.
God damn it.
Just because I'm a man doesn't mean I don't have feelings.
Exactly. Dude, speaking of that, I went to therapy this week.
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask about that.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Yeah. It was just like, you know what? I like the guy. He's a real good dude.
Cool.
And, I mean, it was basically the evaluation phase.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't know what to think yet, if I'm being honest.
Fair enough,
I do enjoy the man that I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'd be real happy to help you along, and unfortunately, dude's like, I can't become a regular yet because he's just booked.
Yeah.
So, like, my next deal is Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which kind of sucks.
It does. That's why I learned, like, with mine to, I book ahead. Like when I go in for this one, was it next week, I'll book like 2 appointments beyond that. Cause if I don't, I'll basically I'll have to wait like 2 months to see her.
That's a problem.
Well, at this point, I'd be okay. I kind of think in my therapy, it's more of a guiding tool in a lot of ways for me now, more than before it was her giving me tools to handle stuff. Now I feel like I can use them to put more time between therapy visits and stuff,
Right.
Function like you're supposed to.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what I need.
Right. Yeah. Well, all I can tell you is the same thing that I learned by listening to, when I listened to Angela's awesome podcast, and Heno talked about when he went into therapy, and he was basically like, this is how it's going to go in his head. He's like, this is how it's going to go. They're not going to tell me what, and he's like, he got in there and was like, you aren't going to get anything out of it with that attitude, Right. So when I heard that and then I started therapy, I was like, well, I'm not going to do what Donnie Dote did. Sorry, that's a Simpsons reference. Like, I'm not going to do what Heno did, because I'm not going to, because that just stunts your time, like if it takes you 2 or 3 visits to finally get past that mentality, you've just wasted all that time / money, so
that makes sense.
I was like, I'm going in, everything's on the table. I will listen to any idea that she's got, and then I will look at how I would or would not apply it to my own self, cause there's been a few things like she talked about, one of the things was like, doing homework basically where you write various stuff down, and I'm like, that doesn't work for me. Like, I won't do it,
Like, do you like doodles? Cause I'll just give you doodles.
Yeah. So, but I told her, I said, what I will do is I essentially will make like mental notes of it. And then when we talk again, I can, here's the bullet points basically. So,
right.
And because I did that and showed her, that I did that, she was like, okay, this is, this works,
Well, it works for you. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. A lot of the time with some of the stuff, that's what it was. Just, massaging it to where it, fit my personality. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to actually getting into the meat of shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know.
Yep.
I walked in like, oh boy.
Right. And you don't know what kind of doctor he is yet either, because there's a few schools of thought in psychology. There's also the ones that are like, that'll ride your ass versus the ones that are more like mine takes a little more of a sit back and kind of, see how things happen, approach. But I've heard of people that have got fairly aggressive, therapists that are, in a good way,
Right.
Like they understand that person needs a kick in the butt,
Well, it's like for me, like I was sitting there filling out paperwork, which I fucking hate. I can't wait till they put a chip in me. I can just scan it. Right. I will take a chip and not fill out medical paperwork.
I have said that too. Yeah, I would totally do it.
But I'm so, and all I'm thinking is like, I'm like, even when I'm having problems with whatever, even like sitting down and talking to you is sometimes hard.
Right.
And I've known you since I've been like 9 or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like me getting anxiety before we hang out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No reason to, but I still do.
How am I going to sit down and talk to this stranger?
Yeah.
But I feel like that it's, I don't know.
Well,
I don't think it's going to be as hard as I thought it was.
No, well,
it's like butterfly chicken breast, man.
Yeah. Nice. One of the things that, helped me with that was the fact that, whenever you tell anyone that's part of your life, whether they mean to or not, there's an element of, I don't want to say judgment, but essentially that, like, or they're going to have an opinion on it basically. Whereas in therapy, like mine anyway, again, your situation may vary, but, in mine, when I tell her stuff, she sits there and listens, and then, there's no judgment, there's no nothing. She's just looking at how I'm dealing with these things that are bothering me or whatever, and then trying to help me from that point, So it's nice that even though I know at any point I could call you and talk to you about anything, but there's just something different when you go in that room and you're like, this isn't going to leave here. There's no judgment. I can say anything I want to say, basically, and it stays here. Sometimes, you just need a place where you can, sometimes you just need that place where you can just get all the crap out of your head. And then you're like, I've told you before, when I'd walk out of therapy and I felt lighter, that's what it was, is I literally felt like I got a bunch of weight out of, off of me or out of my head. I got a lot of weight in my head.
Yeah. And I can imagine, like with anything else, the more you do it, the easier it gets. Because basically I just sat there and answered questions, Yeah. He's like, well, how's this? What about this? How's this? And I understand what he was doing. He was just trying to fill out a framework.
Yes.
Boy, this is what I'm dealing with. Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was a little. I was a little nervous walking in.
Sure.
Because I didn't know what to expect, and I was just like. But I mean, walking out, I felt good about it. So
yeah.
We'll see what happens on fucking Christmas Eve of all days.
Yeah, right.
Christmas Eve morning. It's gonna be a weird Christmas. Wow, I don't want to get into it.
Yeah. It's funny though, because for a lot of people that would be an ideal day to have it, because you get that last bit of therapy before Christmas Eve and Christmas Day or whatever, So
I'm more like just because it's my whole situation of my life right now. I'm like, Christmas Eve, like the kids aren't going to be here.
Yeah,
so they're going to be with their mom. So I'm just kind of like, it's going to be weird. It's going to be a weird day.
Right.
I'm definitely going to have to find something to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like Thanksgiving. I'm like, I can't just sit in the house by myself. I got to, I end up hanging out with Peanut's family, which is fine.
You should come to my family thing. That way I have someone to ignore people with. We can have us a couple whiskeys
If your mom would murder us if I brought cigars, so.
Yeah, that's true. True.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But we live in Michigan, man. We don't need cigars. Everything's legal now, man.
That's true. Yeah, we can kind of do what you want up here.
Do what you do.
Well, as far as that goes, yeah, you do what you boo.
Do what you boo.
Do what you boo.
Coach Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Never forget that. Do what you boo.
Nope. Yeah, I won't forget it either.
Yeah,
go ahead.
This is the first year, Brian, that I have a fake Christmas tree. I've never in my life had a fake Christmas tree.
Oh, really?
Never. Bought one this year because I was like, I need a Christmas tree. God damn it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was the whole situation of I don't know what's happening in my personal life, so I'm going to get a fake one. And I Groupon for the win. It was dirt cheap, and I'm like, if it looks like I'm going to return it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Christmas tree showed up a couple days ago. I put it together, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, this thing looks like it has AIDS. I don't know if I want this Christmas tree in my life.
Yeah.
Here comes my daughter. Because I called my son out. I'm like, Logan, take a look at this. He's like, I don't know. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look good. I'm like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at all these holes. It's horrible. So I'm like, all right, let me get a second opinion. I'm like, Leah, get out of here. And she walks out and she looks at it and she looks at me and she goes, oh, Dad, you need to fluff this. I'm like, what? And she just went to town on it.
Yeah.
Because she's been doing fake Christmas trees with grandma's.
Oh,
she was like,
okay. Mm-hmm.
It looks like, when she was done, it looked like a real fucking tree.
Yeah, she's right. You do need to, work the tree a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I was like, what?
Right.
So, today we decorated the tree. All's well. Looks like Christmas in the living room. It's great.
Nice.
But when I first put that tree together, I was like, man, I'm glad I saved that receipt. This fucker's going back. I'm going to drive up the road to one of these Christmas tree farms with my axe and hack something down.
I like it. Yeah.
But no, it's not a bad tree now. It's actually been put together.
Nice.
That was just the look of disappointment on her face. Oh, Dad.
I'm just picturing
you need to fluff this tree.
I'm just picturing it as like when Charlie Brown picks out the tree, and then everyone shows up with ways to decorate it, and by the end you're like, oh yeah, this isn't that bad of a tree,
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of how, when I put it together, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
This piece of shit right here. But I've never had a fake tree. Every tree I've ever had, we've always chopped down.
Huh. I was trying to think if I've ever had a real tree. And
man, I love a real tree.
Man, I can't. I remember like when we were growing up, I know you guys usually had a real tree. So
yeah.
I definitely have been around.
Dad's thing.
Yeah, I've definitely been around real trees at Christmas and stuff. I just don't think we've ever had one. And a lot of that was just, money wise. It's just practical to just use the plastic or the fake tree, cause you can just year after year.
That's kind of why I bought mine, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But although I put it together and I was like, it just sucks because it doesn't smell like a tree.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I was at Kroger's,
mm-hmm.
and I wandered through the Christmas aisle, and they had this big ass evergreen smelling candle on sale. I'm like, fuck it. I bought it. Light that bitch up. I'm like, now we got Christmas tree.
Yep. That's what I was thinking was, there's stuff out there you could buy. Hell, if nothing else, you just go buy the pine tree, air fresheners and just hang a few, whatever you got to do to help out.
They got little like sticks you could throw in the sheet that makes it smell like.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It's basically like a glorified scratch and sniff. You just hang it in your tree.
That's funny. Yeah. It makes sense, though. Cause you're right. That is one of those things that you definitely do not get from a fake tree, So,
yeah,
I hear you.
Honestly, depending on what happens on the future, if the opportunity comes to me again, I just get real trees. I'd rather just have a real tree.
Yeah.
Cause that's what I've been doing my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I get felt weird not to go pick out a tree, saw the fucker, and take it home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It did. It felt weird. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I bet.
Indeed.
Yep. All right. What else we got here? Huh. Do you have anything else from like your week or anything you wanted to talk about? Because I got a couple other things for us to go into. But
it's like I have one news story week-wise. I'm about spent.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so let's.
But I have a news story.
All right, what you got?
Well, first off, just because.
More seductive than sex.
We haven't had a sound effect in a while.
Yeah, you're right.
So the only thing I got is, have you heard about what Kellogg's is doing to fight food waste?
No.
Oh shit, son. So you know how, like, big food is weird, and you're like, oh, this potato chip looks like garbage. We're not putting it in the bag.
Yes.
Could be the most delicious potato chip ever.
Right.
If it looks like it has, a little problem.
Mm-hmm.
So what Kellogg's is doing is they're taking their defective cornflakes,
mm-hmm.
and they're turning them into beer.
Okay.
At least in the UK.
Yeah. It's a good use of it, right?
There's a brewery in the UK called Seven Brothers Brewing that they're getting all the defective cornflakes, and they're making an IPA called the Throwaway IPA.
Funny.
Which is like, it's basically like, Kellogg's is just saying, like, hey man, instead of us throwing the cornflakes away, do you want them?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't?
Right.
Yeah.
It's really funny because I thought this was going to go more along the way of them bagging them and giving them to food banks.
Nah, just making beer out of them.
No, we'll just make beer. All right.
Well, it does say that 10 pence was like a dime because this is England. I don't even know.
I don't know.
10 pence from each can sold will be donated to a food charity.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
So that's too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's all right.
Yeah.
I don't mind shit like this.
No, I mean, hell, if nothing else.
Feels good, man.
Yeah, well, I just, like you keep seeing there's commercials that have been popping up more and more lately. I forgot who it is, though, talking about the food waste issues, about how 40% of food just goes right in the trash, basically. And it's like, we got starving people and 40% of our food's going in the garbage.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
How does this not fix itself, And so I'm just I'm glad the food's being used, but yeah.
It's like working in a restaurant now. I mean, we try to do as little food waste as we do, as we can. But it is insane, especially when like people order something.
Yeah.
The amount of food that sometimes comes. You're like, really?
Yeah.
And it's just all garbage.
I've noticed that over the years too. Like when like just at restaurants, whether it's sent back or it's what people don't eat, and then they don't take, like some people, won't take, anything left home. They're just nah, So it's amazing.
Yes, it does not comprehend to me.
Yeah, same here. But yeah, I'm very happy to see I'm happy to see food get used, even if it's, not the way that I would prefer it used, but it's still not just being thrown away, like,
right.
There's 0 sense in, unless it could poison people, there's 0 sense in throwing it away when there's people who are hungry, So, or want to make
It kind of makes
beer.
you wonder though, if it's going to, if it'll taste like northern Yingling, because all the Yingling up here is made out of corn.
Yeah.
And everyone always says it tastes like corn chips.
Mm-hmm. It definitely tastes different. Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of wonder if it's, if this throwaway IPA has a corny taste to it just because cornflakes.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, underrated cereal. Big fan.
Yeah. I used to eat them a lot. My dad always he would have a bowl of them at night. A lot of times as like but not like right before bed, but like a snack before, the news would come on or whatever. And, so I ended up eating a lot of cornflakes growing up, but I didn't mind them.
So you're probably completely over them.
No, actually,
something about them I dig.
Yeah, I'd still eat them. It's not my first pick, but I would still definitely eat it.
It's been a long time since I had a cornflake.
Yeah.
I think I would fuck up a bowl of cornflakes right about now.
That's a weird thing to do. You could just eat them.
No, dude, I'm going ham on them. It's over.
Oh my. Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
Yep.
Oh, bro.
What?
Bro.
Whoa.
Speaking of going ham on shit.
Yeah.
Dude, Instant Pot.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I am sold, my friend. I took a hunk of pork roast and turned that bitch into tacos in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Something that would normally take like all day in the crock pot.
Right.
What? I made hard-boiled eggs today in like 10 minutes.
Yeah. They
were perfect. They weren't that great chalky egg. They were that creamy, delicious egg.
Well, they're all disgusting to me, but
fair enough.
Yeah. But I hear you. Yeah.
I don't know. I keep I just subscribed to the subreddit Instant Pot.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna start fucking shit up in this appliance.
Yeah.
Things are going down.
Right. Yeah, I was looking at when I was looking at getting one, it was kind of like I noticed that the only thing, like really the thing it does better than anything is it cuts the speed or the time. It just does stuff faster.
It's the pressure cooking.
Yeah. So
I can make yogurt. What?
But that was
I have a yogurt button.
But that's funny though, because it's like you can make pretty much anything you can make in that thing. You can definitely make somewhere else. It's just going to take a lot longer. And I was like, it'd be nice to have one, but I'm not sure because most of the time is fine. Like I have the time to spend on making the food, so it's not usually that big a deal. But at some point, I'm sure I'll get one. because like you just said with the tacos, I love pork tacos, but man, I don't want to wait all day for them, you know?
Well, it was one of those things where I didn't think I was making dinner that night.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a night that normally the kids are not in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I had this frozen pork roast, and I like took it out first thing in the morning and thawed it enough that I could chop it into some chunks.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was still like driving a knife through like a brick.
I think you can put stuff in that directly, like frozen directly into it.
Well, I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
But it was frozen that morning. And normally, like if I was going to cook something that night, I would leave it out.
Mm-hmm.
But I chopped it up and I threw it in marinade in the fridge. I'm like, I'll cook this tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then I found out that the kids were going to be here. I'm like, oh, fuck, I got to make dinner for them now.
Right.
But, you know, that would be normally something I would throw in the crock pot in the morning.
Right.
By the time I get home from work, we're ready to eat.
Right, because without the Instant Pot, that wouldn't have been an option.
It would not
for
have been
dinner.
an option. But I'm like, fuck it. And I threw it in there, and I looked up a recipe real quick, and it was delicious. And it took an hour and a half for the shit to cook.
Yeah.
And it was like fork tender breaking apart.
Oh, yeah. Like for the baby shower for, my nephew Mike's, his wife now. This is weird.
Shout out Mike.
Yeah.
Shout out Mike. Shout out wife.
I gotta. Yeah. But for her baby shower, he made all the food, and he did pork, chicken, and I think he did beef also.
That would be
that
would be the best animal ever, a pork chicken. Oh my God. You imagine a chicken that had bacon on it?
Oh man, imagine chicken nuggets then.
Bro.
Oh man.
Dude, if I could get a chicken with a pork tenderloin run down his back, I would fuck that animal up. You wouldn't even know what was coming.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, pork chicken.
There'd be a lot of them sacrificed to your Instant Pot.
Oh my God. Smoker, Instant Pot.
Oh yeah, that too, yeah.
I've got a bevy of instruments that would, be sacrificing these things too.
Right. Oh man. Yeah, but yeah, he made all the meats in his Instant Pot. And oh man, they were, like you said, just fork tender and juicy and just delicious, So, that actually is the one thing that I can't get out of my head when, for the most part, I'm like, I don't really need one of these right now. But in my head, it's like that voice in my head is like, but bro, there's tacos. Like, you could make them in the crock pot, but, yeah.
So that's kind of why I bought, one, it was dirt ass cheap, but that's kind of why I bought it. Was because I was like, with my current situation, I'm like, there might be some nights I need to throw together something quick or have the kids like throw shit in. Mm-hmm. And, because I mean, if I can do a pot roast in like an hour,
right? I mean,
as opposed to all day long. Plus, I mean, I'm not trying to be that guy, but I'm like, running a crock pot all day, that's going to take up my electric bill, mud.
That's fine.
And I'm paying for that shit. I'm like light Nazi in the house. I'm like, why is this light on? So I don't know. I'm digging it though. And like I said, so far I've done apple butter, carnitas, and hard-boiled eggs.
Mm-hmm. Two of those things I would eat. Yeah. Those eggs can go right to hell though. I
mean, dude, they came out perfect. So yeah, I don't know what my next move is with the Instant Pot.
Mm-hmm.
I'll figure something. I mean, there's all kinds of wacky recipes. Like, I made lava cakes in it. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know. That was when I was first looking up recipes for them, and I was like, wow, there's a lot of desserts that people are making in these things. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't understand that, but it's like, well, whatever floats your boat, people.
Yeah, right. I mean, well, there was a blog I was reading, and a woman said that she's got, the liners or whatever for the thing. Like she has a liner or whatever for it, and she's got multiple ones, like one's for desserts, one's for, kind of a thing. So that way it, keeps it cleaner or something. It's easier to clean, I should say. I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, I also know that, I can buy a bunch of dry beans and then you have to soak them overnight. It just fucks those beans up into tasty mode.
That's what I was thinking too, is I could do like green beans in that with the bacon and that all day cooking. You cut that down to whatever,
Yeah, like probably 45 minutes.
Or throw it in with just pieces of pork like you had even. And just let them cook down with that. Then you got delicious pork and the beans to go with it, which is a weird, but not, not the brown pork and beans.
Oh, I get you, though.
Yeah.
I get you.
I mean, you can make those in it too, of course, but
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a fan so far.
All right. Yeah. I know. I keep, like I said, I keep wrestling with the idea of getting one. And like I said, at some point, I'm sure I will. Just because part of the reason I don't cook some things is the time, like, I'm like, that's going to take, or like you said, well, my mom and I got home from the store yesterday, or on the way home, she's like, should we pick something up or what? And I was like, well, I got a pork tenderloin at home or a loin or whatever, and I was like, but that's going to take an hour-ish, and so, that became a thing. So, which I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine how fast it would cook in one of those.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's 45 minutes into an hour in the oven, so.
Yeah, I'm sure it'd be obviously way quicker.
Can you imagine if it was like 10 minutes?
Dude, you never know.
Yeah, so.
Once it hits like that pressure.
Yep.
I don't know. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I am a fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody that has one seems to be. I haven't heard anyone buy one and be like, they're okay.
Well, it's even like dopey stuff like my kids like eating steel cut oatmeal.
Yep.
If I want to make them steel cut oatmeal, I either have to get up about 45 minutes before they need to eat breakfast and literally stand there and stir a pot for 45 minutes.
Right.
Why would I want an update right now? Another time. Jesus. Or I do crockpot steel cut oats, and it's literally, I put it together right before I go to bed, and it goes all night, and you wake up in the morning and it's done.
Yeah.
Or I could spend a half hour and do it in this.
Yeah.
Because it's pressure cooking.
Right. And you could do it the night before if you wanted to.
I could. Yeah.
Because it's not like, they can still eat them the next
Or
day.
it's like, sometimes like it's happened before when we're doing this. I have a couple of beers. Leo's like, hey, can you please make oatmeal? I'm like, absolutely. And we finish podcasting and I go to bed.
Now just show them how to use it.
I can be like, yeah, I got you, girl.
Right. Funny.
Yeah. But no nap. Oh, man.
All right. So last week, like right after we were done recording, I saw that Jason from Hobie had, put out a thing asking people for, questions for them to discuss on their podcast, History of Bad Ideas, for those who didn't know. And I saw some of them and I was like, I wish I would have seen these before we recorded. Cause I thought they'd be kind of interesting to, discuss. The one, well, actually I might just save that for the Q of the W. Maybe we'll just, I don't know. We'll see. But one of them,
we should steal it.
Yeah. At Outside Longbox says, in what universe is it a good idea to keep opening up Jurassic Parks? Joker keeps telling everyone a different story about his scars. How did he get them? So let's tackle the Jurassic Park one real quick first, which I totally agree. That's part of the reason why at some point when they keep having them within the same world, it's harder and harder to buy into. But go read the Darwin Awards and you'll go, well,
accurate.
Dude,
100% accurate.
I was packing something I sold on eBay earlier today, and the box that I had was from Amazon, and it said on the side of it, it's got this little thing you can cut out, or whatever for kids, but it's like, underneath it says scissors are sharp, and I'm like, oh my God. like
no shit, Amazon.
Here's my thing. If you're a kid and you didn't know scissors are sharp, time to learn a lesson.
Yeah.
For
sure get cut.
For sure get cut. So you remember that they're sharp. And, if you're an adult and you don't know scissors are sharp, either you're left-handed or, I don't know. Cause left-handed scissors suck.
I would recommend you probably put the scissors like against like the left side of your neck.
No.
And then run into a wall as fast as possible.
Well, there you go. And Tony just answered the second part of the question. That's how the Joker got his scars.
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, from what I know, they've told a bunch of different origin stories in the books for the Joker. And
Right.
I think for a long time, DC's mentality on it was, we're just not going to nail it down, to where some people had like a theory that the Joker wasn't just the Joker, that it was like multiple people as the Joker, essentially.
Oh,
so
Dread Pirate Roberts.
yeah, basically. Yeah, exactly. So, that's it. I don't know. I mean, cause in the book, he doesn't really have scars. He's just crazy.
Right.
So I don't know, what the answer to that is. I'm curious to listen to Hobie to find out, see what they say.
I'm gonna assume that the Joker got those scars from those ice pops. Because I've seen the meme.
Right. Or there's a possibility that he just cut that part of his mouth open so he could open his mouth bigger to get more pizza or foodstuffs in there.
This is true.
And eventually he was like, I probably shouldn't be cramming that much food in my face all the time. I should let these heal up.
Like the first time I ordered triple baconator.
Right.
He's like, yeah, slice these cheeks open, bitch.
Yep.
I gotta distend his jaw like I'm a python.
He basically looked like a Demogorgon.
Yeah. Exactly. He's like, man, that hurt, but it was so worth it. But it hurt, but baconator.
Oh, it's all good. Like, well, since I got it cut open, why don't you slide me a couple more?
You're right.
Delicious.
Dude, the baconator is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if it was sent from the future to kill me through heart disease, I am at Sarah Connor.
Mission accomplished.
Thank you, Baconator.
Yep.
Can you imagine that? What if Skynet just launched Baconators? I don't think they'd win, but it'd be a hell of a war.
Yeah, because, obviously you'd have vegans and vegetarians and whatnot that would,
Oh, fuck.
No, what I'm saying, though, is they might end up being humanity's only hope. Because you and I, like people like us, we're going to be weak. We're going to be
definitely.
We're going to be punching people in the face for more Baconators.
Yeah, exactly. But we're trying to spread the word of Baconator. Like, we don't care.
Yeah.
We're so hungry, we're dishing out violence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Baconators make a man mean.
That should be like a set of boxers.
It could just be a t-shirt. I don't know that you have to have.
It's not that interesting. If you want to be like super interesting, it's got to be boxers.
All right, you're right.
Yeah.
All right, so another one here was, this one's kind of a long one, but the first part of it is from @ScaryThoughts2.
All right.
The first one is, what is going to be Marvel's biggest challenge to success in the next 10 years compared to the last 10 years?
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, I think, Marvel's getting close to the reboot point, because you're going to see Captain America, Iron Man, Thor all not want to reprise those roles. So
Right.
if they're going to continue to have those kind of successes, they're going to basically have to recast, or just avoid more Avengers movies and just make other characters.
Wow, dude. I just fucking zoned out. I'm so sorry, Brian.
Damn it, man.
I haven't been sleeping.
No excuse.
Yeah, I know.
Get some smelling salts.
I know. I'm back. What were we talking about? Jesus Christ, what happened?
Maybe
Refresh my.
I think you nodded out. Yeah. Stay off that heroin shit, dude.
Dude, I shouldn't have had these beers.
Yeah, that'll get you. All right,
Holy
so
shit.
it was what is going to be Marvel's biggest challenge to success in the next 10 years compared to the last 10 years?
Their biggest challenge to success is there's no way they're going to top these movies. I know you were saying that you can't recycle the actors and shit, right?
Right.
Right. Yeah. So that's going to be their biggest challenge is what do you go from here?
Yeah. I agree. Cause like I said, do they reboot? Do they, I know I'm sure they have a plan for a few years down the road still, but
Right.
at some point, it'll probably be, Slumpsville,
Definitely. I mean, and there's only so many Marvel. Unless they can finally wrestle the X-Men and shit away from Sony. I know they're kind of like toying with it and whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. Because I know, like you were saying, Captain America doesn't look like Captain America in 5 years.
Right.
I
think
a Tony beard. Like, we know it's full of gray.
Well, plus I think most of the actors are kind of like done.
They're kind of spent.
Yeah. I mean, like Robert Downey Jr. said he was done playing Iron Man, 3 movies ago? But they keep offering him dump trucks full of money. So.
Yeah, I can't say I blame him.
Yeah. So, okay.
Right?
Yeah. But yeah, all that's gonna, at some point you just have to reboot because you can't tell that same story. And just recasting and moving the story forward seems weird when it's that big of those level characters,
I mean, I would like to think that once they have this whole story arc done with the whole Thanos and all that.
Yeah.
That would be the perfect time to do another story arc, basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And maybe you get new characters. But who are you going to get? Because they brought out the goddamn A-Team with the current story arc.
Right? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like like us growing up looking at Iron Man, and then you see Robert Downey Jr. with a goatee, and you're like, dude, it's him.
Yes, exactly.
If you look at the books, even before he actually was Iron Man, he was Iron Man. Because whoever was drawing Tony Stark would tend to model him off of him,
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, I can't think, unless they go like younger or something, which let's not do that.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Let's not do that.
Or
what I'd prefer, honestly, would be if they're going to do anything, if they're going to end up having to recast, I'd prefer they go with like the more modern characters where like Sam Wilson was Captain America or have Bucky become Captain America or,
that wouldn't be bad
because those things both happened in the books. So,
right.
You could do something like that, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. God, I don't know where they go.
Yeah. All right.
Straight to the bank.
Yeah, exactly. The next one is, do the cost per issue of comics actually have a ceiling? Yeah, I think they do. Yeah.
I mean, there's going to hit some point where people are going to be like, I'm not spending this much money on a comic book.
Yeah, well, that was the thing is, for a lot of our youth, books were about $1.50, $1.75, up to $2 range. When they hit,
mine were 10 cents a piece, and I got a bazooka gum. Yeah, exactly.
But anyone who listens to Graphic Novice knows that like VF wouldn't pick up a book if it had a $5 price tag on it. No matter what it was, basically, he wouldn't buy it.
Kind of those chicken feed,
right?
Budget
and sexy lingerie, right?
Sexy lingerie.
Those deep V's, baby.
Probably the sexiest lingerie.
Yeah. But, so I definitely think, and it may not be an across the market price point, but everyone's got a price.
Yeah. Well, Jesus Christ. Yeah. How make you do this? So you're saying everyone's got a price?
Yeah. It's actually, I remember when we had our shop when books, like there was some books that would come out and they'd be like $3.50 or $4. And some of our customers were like, nope, like too much. So, yeah.
I mean, people are shitheads too, though.
True enough. Yeah, people will always want that whatever it is cheaper,
It's true.
Yeah. Even like you put books at $1 and they'd still probably want them for 50 cents, so.
Right, exactly.
Yep. His next question was thoughts on the VIP cinema experience. I can't comment on it because I have not enjoyed this experience yet.
Well, I mean, what are we talking about here? VIP cinema experience?
Yeah, I'm guessing, like the ones that have got like the, you know, the fancy chairs and maybe deliver food to you or, you know, any of that kind of stuff. That's how I'm going to interpret it.
I've had fancy chairs.
Mm-hmm.
The ones in Monroe, they're reclined, they're heated.
Yeah.
They're quite fancy. They're leather.
Right.
It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I don't know.
Yeah. It looks pretty nice. I mean, I know some people I talk with online that only see movies that way now, which I kind of get. You know, if you're going to go to the movie, you know, just why not just spend $70, you know?
I mean, shit, our prices in Toledo are so crazy that you're paying almost VIP prices and you're, you know, sitting with goddamn savages half the time. You got stale popcorn. You just get Ikes. There's no mics. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yep, that's right. We sit next to a lot of people. We're the savages, not them.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. People are like, oh, God, salty language is here.
Yep.
It's all right. 5 minutes in, I'm asleep. We're good.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Fucking old man brain over here.
Right? All right, so his last one was, can Vin Diesel starring in Bloodshot kickstart a Valiant universe?
No.
Damn. Windmill slam answer on that one.
Yeah, it's simple. No.
I think Bloodshot
could
was...
come out. It could be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
People don't give a fuck.
That's very possible. Bloodshot's a cool character that I think could be a successful, kind of like those, like the way Guardians of the Galaxy was successful, that no one's going to really expect a lot out of it. And, you know, I kind of wish they wouldn't have cast Vin Diesel though. But what do you
do? Like this. Bloodshot's going to come. There's going to be people like us who are like, oh, cool, Bloodshot movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be the general public like, what?
Yeah.
If the trailer's good, they'll watch it and be like, oh, it's the guy from Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be like 1% of the population are like, oh my God, I hope they make a Ninjak movie.
Right. Dude, Ninjak movie be good, especially the way it's been written more so lately.
I'm just saying.
It's been really good, yeah. So,
like, I guarantee if you and I had our microphones and we stood outside the theater, and here comes the Bloodshot crowd, be like, were you aware this is based off a Valiant comic book? People are like, what is this Valiant?
Yeah. Yeah. Be like, I knew it was a comic, but yeah.
Yeah. They no one have a clue. Like, what do you mean? Valiant?
Yeah.
What?
Which is actually kind of sad because
it is.
They've put out some good books, you know. Again, it's like, you know, there's a few of their. I'm behind. Don't get me wrong, but where I'm at, Ninjak is good, and Bloodshot has been amazing, and God, I can't think of the other ones. Archer and Armstrong has been pretty enjoyable. Still a fun book, you know.
Right.
So it's like. They've got quality stuff there, but it's just, unless you're like a real comic nerd, probably you're not going to have a clue. You know,
I mean, what I'm saying is, Marvel obviously has a sick ass universe in the movies.
Yeah,
they're hoping Vin Diesel as Bloodshot will kick off a Valiant universe. Have you seen the DC movies? That's all I'm going to say. DC's huge.
Yeah, that's true.
They cannot get anything going. Like, you know, I don't know if you've seen the trailers for Aquaman. Mm-hmm. I'm not really feeling it myself.
It's a lot of CG.
It's so, and I get it because he's like, you know, it's Atlantis and shit. I understand.
Right. The only thing I can think of though with that is that sitting in the theater, it might be really cool. You know,
maybe.
I feel like watching it on your TV, it's gonna suck. Like because the CG's just gonna seem like CG. You won't feel immersed in it, you know?
I'm just hoping there's a cameo by Sebastian the Crab. Fucking sick.
That'd be great if there was. I wish.
Yeah, right.
I wish. Oh man. Let's see. Have you watched the ending of Seinfeld?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay. Because one of the questions was Seinfeld ending worst or best in TV history. If those are my options, it's worst. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. Worst might be Sopranos for me. That's pretty bad.
Well, the options are best or worst. It's not the best, so I kind of have to, you know.
Right.
Or I could Hobie it and say no.
Well, in your opinion, what's the best ending there, Stu?
6 Feet Under.
Ugh.
Because the show
seen it.
completely wraps up and it doesn't feel forced.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I hate it when it feels, when they're like, oh God, we're getting canceled.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, Breaking Bad's right up there too. Cause
Oh, that was a good ending.
Cause that ending was perfect for that show. Whether
Yeah.
you like it or not, it was just the way, that episode was really good. So,
Oh yeah, definitely.
at least in my opinion.
Man, it is cold in this room, dude.
Nah, you're fine.
Shit.
You're fine, dude. One on here was, did Daredevil deserve cancellation? Based on the quality of the show, I'd say, well, I haven't watched the new season, I guess. I can't really comment. But from what I have seen, no, they should have kept that one going for sure. But
It seems like because, this whole like Disney TV thing and, it just kind of feels like that they're just like, we're not going to.
yeah.
I'm not going to let you produce stuff anymore on Netflix. It's Marvel related.
Yeah.
It's just what it feels like to me.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some sort of international mousy or spodge or whatever.
Yeah. I hear you. All right. So those are the ones I wanted to read essentially. I wanted to talk about something really quick before we go into the Q of the W or whatever.
Right.
I sent it to you. There was an article that I read yesterday. I think it was on Medium or something like that, where it's a guy who worked for years at Google.
Oh yeah, I read that today.
Basically, seeing how they manipulate people to continue using products, essentially.
Right.
And he compares it to being a magician and how they basically, a magician holds out a deck of cards and says, pick any card. You go, wow, it's a random deck, but it's still their random deck.
Yeah, it's not like they're like, hey, do you have a deck of cards I can use?
Exactly. So they still control the whatever. And, it's a really well written article though that talks about different ways that like the app makers and the phone companies and stuff keep us coming back, Mm-hmm. And in fact, one of them actually happened to me because there was a thing I signed up for a free trial on and I decided I wanted to cancel it. And I think Tony fell asleep.
We're good.
All right. Really quick. Okay. So anyway, what ends up happening here with this is I have to call to cancel my account.
I hate that shit.
And a lot of people won't bother because they're open 8:30 to 5. That's when most people are working. Yeah.
Well, like Polynesian time?
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyway.
You done a Tortuga time? What?
Probably, yeah. But I'll have the link in the show notes and everybody should read it. It's a very interesting read and you'll look at your apps and different stuff a little differently afterward.
Well, it kind of made me feel good about mine when I read it because I don't really check my social media at all anymore. Mm-hmm. With the exception of Snapchat, and that's because, I talk to pretty regularly, 4 or 5 people on there.
Yeah.
I just don't check any of my other shit anymore.
Right.
And it's kind of nice to not have that Pavlovian, oh, my pocket vibrated.
Yeah.
Oh, my pocket vibrated.
Yep. Yeah. Well, like he points out, the average person picks up their phone 150 times a day, Right. It's like, holy jeebus, and also I've talked before, I know on the Crazy Life about Apple's, what's it called? Where it tells you how much time you've been using various stuff.
Oh, their screen time thing.
Yeah. And that's
pretty cool.
Boy, that opened my eyes.
That's pretty cool. I go, man, I play a lot of Candy Crush.
Right?
Shit.
So yeah, anyway, like I said, this is a really, really interesting, thing, that it's a good length of reading though. I mean, I'll say that.
Yeah, it's still worth it though.
But it was worth it. Yeah, it's one of the better things I've read in a while, actually. But
yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
it did definitely make you think.
Yeah,
about how your phone operates with notifications and this, that, and the other.
Right? Yeah, was pretty weird, or not weird. I mean,
it's eye opening.
Yeah, really, because the whole time. I mean, I've known it's not like it's a big secret. We all know that the phone companies / or app makers, they want you to use their app all the time.
Definitely. Oh yeah, for sure.
You know?
If you're not loaded, I can't talk. If that app isn't loaded up on your phone, they're not making any money.
Exactly. So that's why, like, he was pointing out to where, like, on Facebook, if you want to look up something in an area, you have to look at your feed or your timeline first and then go to where you need to go. And the hopes from their end is that you will end up just dinking around on your timeline.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so, yeah.
Stupid thanks.
So, all right. Well, you want to do the Q of the W then?
Oh man, I think I'm dying soon. We probably should do whatever we need to do.
All right.
Bro.
All right.
I'm
I'm going to be closing the show by myself. Yep.
Man, I don't know what happened. It just hit the wall, dude.
I know. Open a window, jump around.
Man, it's like insane. It's not even that late.
No. Well, like you said, though, you haven't been sleeping well, and you did whack down a couple beers, so, you know.
A couple beers before my ass off today.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so QW last week was, what do you want your last words to be?
Mm-hmm.
And on face page, we got Philip. He says, I guess you weren't wrong, doctor. Big Dev, he says, oh boy, see more button. Okay. Says this is going to be one of 3 scenarios that lead to my death. Blow a cane and hookers because I decided to pull the ejector lever. Your pimp ain't shit. I'll fuck a motherfucker up. Number 2, heart attack while doing some food challenge. 7 steak, a baked potato, shrimp cocktail salad, and a dinner roll in an hour. Psh, I've been to a Brazilian steakhouse. Step aside, Junior. Or 3, keeling over as a king while taking a shit. Damn, that's a lot of shit. And then Philip shared our post, and he also got a response on his.
Yeah.
Which was some gentleman named Brian Russ. Says, yes, I'm like 80% sure I could take out that grizzly with a chokehold. I'll hold my vodka and keep an eye out for the zookeepers.
Yep. That's the only way that does, or that, you know, they'd be wrong there is if it was Vladimir Putin, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he'll get in there and choke a bear out, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's doing it right now, probably.
Probably, yeah, just for fun. Yeah. They just have
That's what he calls his alone bathroom time, choking the bear. Hard to guess.
I mean, you're the leader of a country. You really, do you need private bathroom time for that? I mean,
he might. Have you seen him?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you can have people killed. You know, people do a lot of things if they think they're going to die.
Yeah, but no one's willing to kill that dick.
Good point. Do you have any more on Facebook?
No, that was on Facebook.
Okay, on Twitter.
He's fused Vladimir, not Putin it in, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm not Vladimir Putin. I'm Vladimir Putin.
Exactly.
Fuck. I'm gonna Putin a baby in you.
Oh my God, that needs to be a shirt.
Yep.
Just him riding a bear.
Pregnant. Yeah.
I'm Putin a baby.
Yep. Okay, over on Twitter.
A red baby.
Yeah, definitely. Heno says, please clear my browser history. Stand by your browser history.
Exactly. It's like your pride and joy, man.
Right. You're dead. What do you care?
Accurate. 100% accurate.
At Grim Horror says, there's a picture that he posted in here. It says, to anyone I've ever hurt, blown off, judged, disrespected, etc., you probably deserved it. Now fuck off.
Nice.
I like a good, nice send-off like that. You know, leave him feeling warm and fuzzy, you know?
Touching.
Mm-hmm.
It's very touching.
At Danger Entertainment, or at Danger Net, I should say, which, I don't know, I think we've heard of these guys before.
I think so. Yeah, I'll let the sound drop not play.
Yeah.
Fine.
He said, the treasure, you must find the map, and then slump over and die. This will send my kids on a never-ending quest to solve the mystery. It'll be hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
Which I definitely agree.
Some sort of third world country.
Right.
That's a problem.
At YBY Podcast, the Yes But Why Podcast, their answer was, wee! At Reasons Are, which from the Reasons Are Several podcast, said, watch this, which, yeah, that's probably the last words of many a people.
The old, wow, I did it again.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
Come on, man.
Try it.
All right, anyone listening, we're going to skip the Dude Mountain update this week. Or it'll be tacked on at the end and it'll just be me doing it.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah. No, you're a mess, dude.
Dude, I'm just tired.
You're a mess. All right. So, Fluffy Bunny Ash says, it depends on how she's dying. If she's surrounded by my loved ones peacefully, I'd want it to be something like, I love you all so much. But if I'm murdered or something, I want my last words to be some sort of curse on them and all they care about. Like, this town will wither and die, no life shall ever thrive here, no joy will ever be felt here, and may all your children be born bow-legged and club-footed.
Wow, that's aggressive.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I like
Imagine
it,
be bow-legged and club-footed.
It would be terrible, I know.
It'd be terrible.
Yeah. And she says if it's in some stupid way or an accident, her last words better be calling the person responsible a fucking idiot. That'd be great. You're like rolling in the car, you realize you're about to get pitched out the window, and you just gotta get that dig in there beforehand.
Yeah, you fucking idiot. Ejected.
Yeah. The driver survives. People are like, oh, what did she say to you? Be like, well, she called me a fucking idiot.
Yeah. We're in the middle of our 18th roll, man.
Yep. And Cheeto Bandito, who, just rocketed this into the inbox a little bit ago.
Nice.
Yeah. Said, my last words? Well, it varies on the situation. Dying alone? Fuck. This is it. Death penalty? This eats all the dicks. Surrounded by loved ones? Make sure you check out the Salty Language podcast.
Well, I mean, that's very appreciated.
Well, he knows the way to our hearts, Tony.
I mean, I already assume that's what it says on the side of his casket.
It's just got a bunch of like stickers and saltylanguage.com down the side, and
it looks like our blue van.
Yep.
But it's actually a casket.
Oh my god! And yes, it's got like a window. Well, I was gonna say it's got like a window on the casket to where like the clowns on the Twitter page one, but it'll be Cheeto's head instead.
I like it
because they'll prop him,
good look.
So he looks like he's driving.
Well, actually, he is gonna be driving.
Mm.
He's gonna fire the engine up, duct tape his hands to the fucking steering wheel. And let rigor mortis do whatever it's doing.
Look, my car's been stolen.
Yeah, it's crazy. Sue the family.
Are his hands taped?
Sue everyone.
Yeah.
What? Or his hands taped? No. Oh, he's just got carpal tunnel.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so our Q of the W for this week was another question that was submitted to for History Bad Ideas. And it's from at Mark James Poop. It's who is the co-host, writer, producer, according to his Twitter page, of Poop Culture podcast.
Right.
So,
right.
And the question is, would you rather live in the ascension of a civilization or during its decline? I really like this one because, I know both of us have read some history stuffs and enjoy it, but also I figure we're both going to approach this in more of a Caligula kind of way.
Well, I don't know, Brian. Seeing as I now live in a future house, I kind of like the ascension.
Of course you do.
If only I could be like, chair, take me upstairs. I can't walk.
Oh, dude, I want one of those. Yeah.
I know, right? It's like it makes like spider legs. And
I don't even have an upstairs.
Tucks me in.
Yeah, I don't even have an upstairs, but I want that,
You'd figure it out.
Right.
Like, Alexa, get the chair and give me a handy. Like, I can't.
Again, yeah. So, my answer to this is, and I'm going to Hobie it because I can, and would honestly be, I can't choose because during the Ascension would be like, I think in a lot of ways it would be really cool to see whether it was like the US during the Industrial Revolution or, like Rome back in the day or whatever, like to see them kind of, grow to the power level or the importance that they were, I think would be really interesting to witness,
I could see that.
But the social behavior part of me wants to see how, if people are knowingly in a declining civilization, like, what their mindset becomes. Like how accurate are the zombie
like
apocalypse movies? Yeah, exactly. But honestly, between the two, I'd probably rather live, in the Ascension. Right. Because it's good to be the king.
I mean, the decline would be interesting to watch.
Yeah.
But I think I'd rather be in the Ascension part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, dog.
Just like, it's time for bed. All right.
I know, right, bitch?
Yep.
I feel that too.
So there you go. That's our Q of the W for the week. And, yeah. So I guess that was really low. But oh well.
What you got?
Nice. I feel like it matched your energy level. Yeah.
Dude. This past like 20 minutes, or it could be an hour. I don't even know. I feel like I've been timing.
You have been. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, like you were just that last little thing you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling your answer. I almost did a header into the laptop.
Oh shit!
Like I was like, whoa! I don't know this. I don't know what happened.
Oh my goodness! All right, well let's wrap this up then.
Jesus Christ! I apparently need to start recording at like 2 in the afternoon, like an old lady.
Yeah.
Like,
then we can go get a nice supper.
This is insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be too spent.
Yeah, you're right. You need a nap
Unless
first.
it's chicken night at the UFW hall. Are they doing chicken at the Elk Lodge?
No, it's spaghetti again.
It's delicious. I'll be spaghetti dinner. I don't. The noodles clog me up, Martha.
Oh my. All right, well, head over to saltylanguage.com, where we're not serving chicken today, sorry. And you can get the past episodes, you can see, or get the enthusiasts that we've done. All our social media links are over there. There's other things that I'm not thinking of. While you're there, if you're going to be shopping on Amazon, I should say, please swing by our site first. Click the Amazon banner, and then it'll take you back to Amazon. Doesn't cost you anything extra, and they just chip us off a little taste.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Someone's feeling industrial. They can order me bungee cords and hooks. I can hold my head up, right?
Right?
That'd be cool.
I should set up a show wish list and put shit like that on it.
Oh, man. That'd be amazing. Bungee cords. Like face hooks. Like, what?
Right?
That's a thing?
Well, we live in 2018. Like, you shouldn't have to hold your own head up. Like, yeah.
No. Oh, exactly. Jeez, my fucking light turns my voice turns off my lights, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
Do I really need a pillow to do the work?
I guess.
Or can I have, like, compressed air just blowing on the back of my head all night? That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it does.
You roll over and lose an eyeball.
Yep. That happens. What was I going to say here? Oh, if you would like to help the show out, we'd appreciate it if you would rate, review, and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave us that 5-star ball wash.
Man, it's the best.
Right?
Really.
And
I'm a fan.
Or, please share our Twitter posts, our Facebook posts, or whatever on social media type posts. That'll help us out. And then, also while you're on our website, you can see the networks we're part of, such as Tangent Bound Network, which can be found at tangentboundnetwork.com or tangentbound.com. I don't remember. It's on our website. And also, and also,
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment.net has a bunch of shows that we're part of their network. And, this is an awkwardly worded sentence. So
That's fine.
So
it fits the theme of the show.
It does. So check out, other shows on the network there, and, you may find some stuff that you enjoy. Whew. Mm-hmm. All right. If you want to reach out to the show, you can email us at saltylanguage@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
You can try to find me, but I probably won't answer you because I just gave up on that shit. But if you want, you can hit me up. Salty_language on Snapchat.
Right. I'm at Ninjitsu.
I'll be there doing stuff. Probably, honestly.
Like sleeping. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, until next time, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Oh, man, that's a terrible idea. Up and out of 2, I don't know. Just watch what you're doing. Because don't drink mystery beers, because I think this has a higher ABV than I thought.
Yeah.
I can keep my eyes open. So have some Two Fiction rides. You'll be fine.
And, if anyone wants to buy Tony the hooks and bungee set, just hit us up and we'll set up a wish list.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I don't know what to do with all this stuff. Probably put on leathers, a mask.
Yeah. You turned it into a sex swing. Yeah.
Of course. That's what you do.
Yeah. So, all right. See you next week.